eyes are the gateway into a man's soul. You can literally feel when a man is evil or good, when a man is genuine or not, where only you can see the man that he is beyond his flesh. And he can also see you. You're there in the moment, you're focused, you're looking at him intently with so much love, so much empathy, so much attention, so much kindness, so much of everything good in your eyes. And he can also feel that energy transmitting. He can see it right in your eyes. It's an experience that definitely would change the dynamics of your relationship at the end of the day. Which would you prefer to go for? Eye contact during sex or eyes wide shut? Remember, this is your dance floor and there are no wrong moves. Now, do you prefer to gaze lovingly into your partner's eyes during sex, or do you keep your eyes shut and let your body guide you? Now, neither is right or wrong. It's all about finding which way works best for you. In today's episode of Juiciness, I'm going to explain the science of eye contact during sex, plus also give you some intimate ways to feel less awkward while maintaining that eye contact. Because girl, it changes everything in the bedroom. The goal of this channel is to create not just anyhow kind of intimacy, but a deeply rooted, earth-shattering, once in a lifetime kind of bond or connection with your God-given husband and wife, such that the only thing that can break that bond is death. Not even arguments can, because it's deep what you both share. It's also going to be you both against the problem and not the problem against the two of you. Because listen, when you hold eye contact during sex, I know it can seem a bit awkward at first, but it is a powerful tool that you could use to build intimacy between you and your man. This creates a deeper bond. Now let's dive into it. The science of eye contact during intimate moments. It's mad, I tell you, when I read up about it. If you've ever locked eyes with someone across a crowded room and felt an instant connection, just imagine taking that connection into the bedroom. Crazy stuff will transmit between you and your partner in that space and time. Eye contact during intimate moments can be both thrilling and intense. But why? Let's break it down without wasting too much time, okay? Number one, let's talk about oxytocin. The oxytocin connection. You know, that warm and fuzzy feeling when you're snuggling up with someone special, someone that you love, someone that you deeply connect with. That's oxytocin at work. And it's not shy about coming out during eye contact. Eye gazing can definitely release these cuddle hormones, building trust and bringing you closer to your partner. Oxytocin hormones are what we call the cuddling hormones. That's why when you make love with someone that you really love, you want to cuddle up with them. If they're not cuddling up with you, then they're not bonding. They're not trying to release that oxytocin, or they're not just in love with you. Know this and know peace. Number two, the feeling you get when you have that eye contact, especially during sex or after sex. The science behind that feeling is what we call mirror neurons firing. Now, have you ever found yourself mirroring your partner's actions without even thinking about it? Like you both are in sync. That's thanks to mirror neurons. This little nifty brain cells just basically helps us understand and empathize with each other, with our partners. So when you lock eyes, these neurons are like, hey, we get each other, thereby creating that sense of togetherness with your partner. It just gives you that feeling of, we're in this together. You're me, I'm you. We're bonded together. I'm in with you for life. Do you get? It's me and you against the world. Number three, eye contact. It brings about the activation of the limbic system. That intense emotion that you feel when you're making eye contact, you can tip your hat to the limbic system. That's the emotional center of your brain. It's like turning the dial up on your feelings, making everything more vivid and more alive. Then number 4, let's dive into the cultural and personal factors. We're not all wired the same way, right? And culture, personal beliefs, and past experiences can have a big say in how we view contact, how we view eye contact during sex. Now, eye contact during sex sounds simple, right? Just two people gazing lovingly into each other's eyes. But let me be honest with you. Sometimes it could feel more like an awkward stare down than a romantic connection. Now, this is how you can make eye contact during sex without feeling awkward. Number 1, you need to understand comfort levels. All right. Talking is key. Communication is key. And I don't mean chatting about the weather or any frivolous thing. You need to just open up to your partner about your desires and your boundaries. Ensure that you and your partner are comfortable with each other before you embark on your intimate journeys together. So if they're not comfortable with, having that or making that eye contact with you, then don't make eye contact with them. All right. Some people just get uneasy and pretty much anxious, or they just get a bout of anxiety when they make eye contact. The second way to make eye contact pretty much comfortable is you easing into it. So if locking gazes during the deed or during the act feels too intense at first, then just maybe you should try practicing it during less intimate activities like holding hands and staring deeply into each other's eyes, maybe when you're having conversation. It could just be a good start. Think of it as a warm-up exercise, like you're watching, you're having a conversation and you're looking at him in his eyes when he's speaking to you. Build it. Just hold that gaze. You're listening intently. You're talking to him, and you're looking into his eyes. Don't take your eyes away. Gradually, you will get so comfortable because you're with someone that you are basically romantically attracted to, okay? I know that alone comes with its own share mood of anxiety or shyness, because pretty much it's an occurrence when you're with someone that you're in love with and you get tongue-tied and you're all up in your guard. You're trying to be in your best behavior, and it's harder for you to build that eye contact. So take it time after time, one day at a time, and gradually start looking at in his eyes when you're speaking with him. That's how you can ease into it more. Number 3, let's talk about the role of lighting. I'll tell you what, soft lighting can create a comfy atmosphere for eye contact during sex. And why do I think so? It's because it makes the experience feel more natural and less, blinding, okay? It feels, so that's why I encourage couples, when you're making love, you could use other lights, other natural lights like red, blue. It dims the light. So you don't necessarily, you're looking into the person's eyes, but it's dimmed, right? It's dimmed. It's not just like this LED lights that are so bright, except you've gone through the years or the months and you're comfortable, or you found your peace with him. Like you're with him, you're comfortable, you can be yourself. All right? There is nothing to hide. You've seen yourself altogether naked. All right? There's absolutely nothing to hide. He's accepted your flaws. You've accepted his flaws. He's your person. You're his person. So you could literally look at him eyeballs to eyeballs with the lights on. Natural LED lights on. No shyness, none of that. But if you're pretty much new into this connection with him, then dim lights like blue lights, like red lights, they just basically you feel yourself you feel like you feel like a shadow in those lights. So you can literally build that eye contact in the dimmest of lights that you have in there. Now, this takes us to number 4. Always try to find the right position when you're trying to build eye contact. Try experimenting with different physical positions that make eye contact more enjoyable. And remember, it's not a staring contest. Unless that's your thing, then go ahead. No judgments here. Number 5, learn to practice mindfulness. Now, we must understand that being present and connecting through the eyes can be a powerful experience. Like, you're not just building eye contact with this person for building's sake. You're present in a moment and taking time to soak into him. You're taking time to look into his soul. You're looking beyond the physical and you're looking into his very soul, where you can see the good part of him, where only you can see the man that he is beyond his flesh. And he can also see you. You're there in the moment. You're focused. You're looking at him intently with so much love, so much empathy, so much attention, so much kindness, so much of everything good in your eyes. And he can also feel that energy transmitting. He can see it right in your eyes, the love. He can feel himself engulfed in the passion emanating from your eyes. And in that instant, I'm thinking that if he has never opened up his soul for you to enter, to see, then he would be doing it right in that moment. And it only takes 2 people who are deeply in love to open up their souls deeply for another person to come in. And remember, like I always say, and by now you should have known, eyes are the gateway into a man's soul. Into a man, whether be it a man or a woman, irrespective of the gender, into a man's soul, you can see through the eyes. That's why when people lie to you, they can't keep a steady gaze. They can't look into your eyes. When they've done something wrong to you, when they've cheated on you, when they've done something to jeopardize that relationship, and they come to you, even without you knowing, they cannot keep a steady gaze at you, or they cannot keep their eyes steady at you. When people lie, they don't look at you. You know why? Because you can literally read into their souls. You could see it. I feel like you can actually see what they've done through the eyes. Because you know what? The eyes are the gateways to a man's soul. You can literally feel when a man is evil or good, when a man is genuine or not. That's if you're spiritually conscious. So be present if you want to connect with your man through his eyes. So techniques like synchronized breathing can help you feel more in tune. It's like a love connection. And when I mean synchronized breathing, you and your man, you're just there. You're not doing anything. Maybe you could be face to face, naked, in one embrace, and then you break up that embrace and just look into his eyes. Especially when you are telling him how much you love him. Or maybe when he's telling you how much he loves you. Look into his eyes. Be present. And in that instant, you're marking a big bond connection. You're entering into a soul contract with this person. Eyes are deep. Eyes are powerful. How powerful a sight is when you lose your sight, everything in you seems to shut down for a while. Especially when you lose your sight after years of seeing. It seems as if everything in your body just shut down and you're deep in a dark dungeon where you can't see anything. So it will take a lot of training, reprogramming to build other parts, other senses in your system to replace the sight you've lost. The sight is powerful. So let's go to number 6. way for you to feel really comfortable when you're making eye contact. Learn to embrace the awkward moments. There is no hard and fast rules when it comes to making eye contact and feeling comfortable. It's okay to feel awkward. That's okay. You can laugh it off together. I believe that eye contact during sex is like learning a new dance. It might take a few tries here and there to find the rhythm, but you will eventually get used to it and understand the miracles behind it. Now, I'm not saying that people who close their eyes when making love are not connecting with your partners. Far from that. And even at that, when it comes to eyes closed sex, I am not talking about snoozing through the experience because it's boring, but some people prefer to shut their eyes during this intimate moment. And it's not just because they're shy. It's because they want to feel the intensity. They want to soak up on the sensation. So nevertheless, from sensory focus to avoiding too much intimacy, there are plenty of reasons why eyes closed sex might also be the way to go for some people. I will tell you why I say this. Number one, closed eyes during sex is all about sensory focusing. And again, closing the eyes isn't about ignoring your partners. All right? It's about turning up the volume on the other senses. So think about it. Have you ever noticed how food tastes better when you close your eyes? It's the same principle. By closing your eyes during sex, you might find touch, smell, and taste heightened, thereby leading to more immersive experience, more intense experience. That's why blindfolded sex is much more heightened, because one of the senses is shut down, causing other senses to obscure their receptors. Number two, for people who close their eyes, closing the eyes during sex can be some sort of psychological comfort for them. Because quite frankly, eye contact can feel super intimate. But for some, it's like being on stage under a spotlight. So closing the eyes can ease those nerves, thereby making things more relaxed and less self-conscious. It's like turning off the light and letting the music guide the dance. Okay? Number three, it's a fantasy enhancement mechanism. Because with eyes closed during sex, you could allow for greater imagination, thereby helping with role-playing or envisioning specific fantasies that would get you a lot hornier. It's like giving your brain a blank canvas to paint on it. And who doesn't love a little creativity? Number four, people tend to close their eyes during the act in avoidance of intimacy. For some people, intense eye contact during sex is just a bit too close for comfort. So choosing eyes closed sex can be a way to enjoy physical pleasure without diving into the deep emotional waters. So think of it as enjoying a pool from the shallow end. So with that said and done, I think knowing where to strike a balance is key when closing the eyes during sex, or maybe just building eye contact. Which would you prefer to go for? Eye contact during sex or eyes wide shut? Because I mean, to me, it's like choosing between chocolate and vanilla. Both have their own unique flavors and appeal. And guess what? You don't have to pick just one. It's all about finding the perfect blend that works for you and your partner. And first, you need to know that communication is key. They say communication is the cornerstone of any good relationship. And when it comes to sex, it's no different. So if you want to try eye contact, you need to talk about it with your partner. If you prefer your eyes closed, share it too, because some people would think that, oh, you're closing your eyes just to think about your ex. Some people can be that insecure. So no need for sign language or interpretative dance. Just open and honest conversation about what feels right for you and your partner. Number two, explore together. See, think of eye contact and eyes closed sex as two intriguing dance moves. Try them both. No one is asking you not to close your eyes. You can close your eyes and just try them both. Experiment with different combinations, like starting with eyes closed and gradually opening them. or switching between the two. But remember, this is your dance floor and there are no wrong moves. Number 3, practice mindfulness. So whether you're gazing into each other's eyes or losing yourselves with your eyes closed, being present and attentive can enhance that connection. So you have to consider techniques like mindful breathing or focusing on specific sensation. It's like just turning the HD on your emotional connection. You don't necessarily have to touch each other. You can be in warm embrace with your man and break out of it and just look at him. And remember, the most important thing is to enjoy the journey. No blindfolds required. Unless that's your thing, of course, you could do that. So explore what feels right for you both. Intimacy in relationship is a personal journey that is individualistically unique to everyone, to every couple. Whether it's eye contact during sex or the preference for eyes closed. What matters most is finding what suits you and your partner best. Every eye contact during sex is something many people avoid because it can seem too intense or even intimidating, but it can also create a deeper connection. On the other hand, eye-closed sex offers its own set of sensation and experiences, like you're soaking up the emotions, you're soaking up the sensation. So neither approach is right or wrong. It's about exploring and discovering what's right for you both. So if you want to connect with your partner on a deeper level, eye contact might just be exactly what you need to try. And opening up to this possibility can be a way to enhance your relationship and bring you closer to each other. So why not just give it a try? You might just find it an experience that changes everything. It's an experience that definitely would change the dynamics of your relationship at the end of the day. Okay? So this is where we ended. Until I come your way, when I come your way, know that I love you and God loves you best. Mwah.